5:49. Speaking about severe weather, on Good Friday, March 27th, 1964, a 9.2 earthquake rocked Alaska.
And it generated a deadly tsunami, which crossed the Pacific to Hawaii. Malika was in Alaska recently. She brings us a story of what happened that day.
7 of the 10 most powerful earthquakes around the U.S. have been in Alaska. The Good Friday quake is the second largest one ever measured on Earth, a day that has gone down in history in Alaska as Black Friday and even immortalized in song.
It was March 27, 1964. Anchorage started shaking like it never shook before. Buildings started falling, the ground began to break. The world has never seen the likes of Alaska's earthquake.
And then the ground started to crack behind me, and I thought, good grief.
It's 5:36 p.m., right around dinner time. LaVonda Buchers and her brothers and sisters are playing outdoors.
At that age of 13, my thoughts of an earthquake was, oh my gosh, the ground is going to open up and swallow me.
In Seward and Anchorage, the ground literally opens up. The Denali Theater falls 30 feet, while in Kodiak, it's
like waves rolling down the road. The trees and the power lines were just whipping back and forth.
It shakes for nearly 5 minutes. 85 miles from the epicenter, the earthquake triggers underwater landslides in Seward, which in turn generate deadly local tsunami waves, inundating the town in mere minutes. Seward is devastated. Houses, boats, and even train locomotives are swept hundreds of yards inland. Just 53 miles from the source, the town of Valdez is washed out by local tsunami waves as well. This simulation shows how Valdez Harbor first went dry. As the seafloor drops, then surges upward 50 feet, a wave starts racing to shore. Here's actual footage of the wave as it surged in. Of the 28 people on the docks, no one survives. Meanwhile, the main tsunami waves generated at the epicenter are roaring from the Gulf of Alaska toward Kodiak Island from the Aleutian Trench. The earth is permanently lifted by 30 feet in some spots. No local tsunamis were created, buying time for residents to evacuate up Pillar Mountain. About an hour later, the first tsunami wave floods the downtown area.
During the 1964 tsunami, the water rose to the height of this yellow line, dragging houses, cars, boats, trees, and all kinds of debris with it.
Across Alaska, the death toll is 106 people. Survivors learn an important lesson that day.
The lessons we learned: if there's an earthquake, go to high ground.
In Hawaii, just 6 hours later, people heeded that very warning. Those same tsunami waves traveled clear across the Pacific to our shores. Fortunately here, there was no loss of life. Reporting from Alaska, Malika, Dudley, Hawaii News Now.